Hey, how's it going? This is Roots. This is Virtual Strangers, and this is our review of Dick Wilde 2. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it, shall we? And Alex, I'll start off right off the bat with you. What kind of game is Dick Wilde?
It's a shit one. No, it's not really. It's it's a rail shooter. So you're on a raft and you go down a river and shit gets thrown at your face and you have to shoot it. That pretty much describes
That's
this
pretty
game.
much it, right? Yeah, yeah, pretty much on a rail shooter. And one thing that I liked about this game over the first one is the fact that you are on a raft. I like to call it a good old fashioned rootin' tootin' adventure on a river, but it's it's definitely different. It's definitely one of those games that lulls you in because if you've tried the first one, it is hard as fuck. This second one, it makes you think it's nice and peaceful. It's laid back. The first few levels are chill, and then it smacks you in the face, and it starts to get pretty crazy. But before we get into the gameplay of it, Wes, how would you describe the graphics in this game?
I would describe them as sufficient to good. It looks pretty good. It looks all right. It's very cartoony. As you said, you're on a raft going down a river. The concept of the game is that a lot of toxic waste has been dumped into the river. There's barrels of it everywhere. So that this has mutated the wildlife of the area, and it's all aggressive and it's all coming at you. And it's very cartoony, but it works for what this game is.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I thought the graphics, like you said, they get the job done, but they're not. They're definitely good for immersion, but don't expect a very sharp, like really, what is that, mass blasters of the universe type of graphics, but definitely really good. But where this game shines is in the gameplay. It's I like a challenge. Now, a lot of people bitched in the first one. They just said it was too hard, and it is too hard, actually, to be honest. So I guess it's not bitching. But what is the point of a game if there's not if it's not challenging? And what this game really has is it has a lot of things to unlock. The keys that you got to go to, different paths to go down. You have different you have to get keys to be able to unlock different weapons, and then the weapons really make a big difference. I mean, the first boss on the very first boss you come to, I thought was a bitch. I even in my video I was saying this is a joke. I hope they're all not like this. And then I went back and I played him again with different guns, and I got my ass whipped because I had used the really good shotguns and I was blowing everything away. The guns make a huge difference, and they give you currency in this. You can, and there's different types of things you can upgrade. You can upgrade your raft. You can upgrade your life. You can upgrade your health. You can upgrade your, I think your crit chance. I mean, there's just a lot of different reasons to go in to come back into it. And once you go through a level, you'll start to increase the amount of money you start with that level. So you can maybe next time you go through, you can make it past that key. I tried to play some today, and this is a hard shooter, so it's not for the faint of heart. But that's pretty much it for gameplay, unless either of you have anything to add on that.
Yeah, the
I'll
first.
just,
Oh,
sorry, go
go
ahead.
on. I was going to say the first couple of levels kind of ease you in. They were pretty straightforward and easy, but then from the like third level onwards, it's just crazy. I mean, I know what the developers have said. Like when they made this, they wanted like to do like an old arcade sort of shooter. So all the enemies come at you from the same place each time, so you can learn the levels, learn where they're coming from, and then you can basically just go through it kind of almost like muscle memory. But you've got to obviously grind and keep replaying and replaying to get to that point. And then obviously you've got unlocks and you can unlock your rafts and like as you're going down, there's different paths. But I mean the variety. I mean I didn't play all the levels because I just didn't have that much fun in it. But from what I saw, the variety of the visuals. I don't know if Roots, if you've seen, does it mix up more as you play through it, or is it more kind of more just more of the same?
Oh no, you go through like a mine shaft area. Like there's a
Okay,
whole
yeah.
bunch of different areas, different types of creatures, a lot of things. Like there's things coming that will shoot missiles that are torpedoes that land in the water, and so at different points you literally have like 15 things going on, fish jumping, shit shooting shit. You're dodging. I mean it gets intense. But that's what I like. You know, most games seem like they kind of hold your hand during it. And you know, I only play it on hard. There's easy or normal, easy, normal, hard, and nightmare. And I should try nightmare once just to see, but maybe after I've unlocked everything. But like on normal, I almost was tempted to do easy earlier today, and I just can't. I can't do it on any game. So, but normal is fucking hard, and I can only imagine if you can play better than that, you're a god to me. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I played it on normal, and you're right, it does get very difficult. This game really is best as a co-op game. You can play co-op with another player. I'm not 100% sure if it's cross-platform between PC and PlayStation VR, but it, like they said, it starts slow, but it doesn't take long for it to pick up, and you just basically get bombarded with so much stuff to watch out for. It not only enemies, but there's debris in the water that you have to shoot to get it out of your way, or you'll take damage if you run into it. But the good thing about it is by shooting the debris, you accumulate money, and you use that money throughout the level to upgrade. And you don't, like I said, you don't have to go to the end of the level to upgrade. There are checkpoints throughout each level where you make a pit stop at the bait shop. Dick's there, and you can buy guns, you can buy boat upgrades, you can buy health and special abilities. All this stuff you need, especially as you get on into the game, and it gets more difficult. But really, even on normal, I think that this would be very, very difficult to play all the way through by yourself. Really, it pays to have a friend in there with you.
Yeah, and that just reminded me because I'm only as far as I am because Wes jumped in with me and we played a while back, and I, you know, it does. Two people makes a huge difference in this. So were you going to say something, Alex, or I don't know if I cut you off or okay. So I guess we'll talk about replayability. Obviously, that's just, we'll just gloss over that because I think it's replayable. I mean, it's a shooter. It gives you a lot of reasons to come back in. Like I said, different keys and paths to unlock and different weapons, and even just what I saw. Oh, go ahead.
So I would say if you like wave shooters, if you like this rail shooters, then it's a good game of this type.
Right.
I think my issue is that I don't like them. You know, I've just done with that. I was done with them before I even played them. To be honest with you, I think the first one I played was Space Pirate Trainer, and even that I didn't. I got bored pretty quickly with it. So I just don't think this is my type of game. But I can see that it's not a bad game. It's got good production values. It's got, you know, it's been well thought out. It's got an upgrade system. There's definitely reasons to play and keep coming back to it. So,
this boss right here is where I went back in with the regular guns and got my ass kicked because those you can't stop all those with the big shotgun. I was able to stop every one of those projectiles with one shot each time. But yeah, I agree. If you don't like a wave shooter or rail shooter or whatever you want to consider it, obviously you're not going to like this. I like anything that gives me an excuse to shoot guns. Like Wes said earlier, I think in the main episode, it just feels good to shoot guns in VR. And this is very accurate, feels good. Sound could be a little bit better. But overall, yeah. Overall,
yeah,
go ahead.
The sound was really my main complaint with it. The guns could sound better. They don't sound like they're very powerful just from what you hear. I mean, it feels good and it plays good, but it doesn't sound the best.
It sounds like they're distant or something, like it's a gun being shot from far away or something. So
right.
But yeah, so overall, I would, if you like this type of game, like a wave shooter, rail shooter, I would definitely recommend it. Usually it's $19.99, and I don't know if it's on sale right now or not, but you know, I paid full price for it. I wouldn't again. I would wait just because you know I want shit right off the bat, but it's a $10 game in my opinion. Not begrudging them for $20, like Alex said in the last review. He doesn't like to put a price point on there what you should pay. Roots loves to tell you what you should pay. You should pay nothing more than $10, unless you really want it, $20. But you know it's been out for a while, so. But I guess
I would.
Go ahead.
I would agree that you probably should wait for a sale here. But it is a shooter game in VR, which is in generally fun. And if you're looking for a title, maybe something to play with a friend, it is fun and it is replayable. There's branching paths to the levels. To every level, you can either go left-handed or right-handed at a couple of different spots in the level. And there are keys that you have to collect on both sides. So every level in its own right is replayable. And so is the game. It's something you can jump in. You can play seated. You can play with a friend. You can have a short play session or a long play session. It's not great. It's good. So I would suggest you wait for a sale.
Yep, absolutely. So I guess that's pretty much Dick Wilde to a T in a nutshell. Unless you guys have anything else to add. If you've stuck through this episode all the way through, then definitely, if you like the video, give us a like. If you dislike it, give us a dislike, and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell. And we'll check you out next time.
Later.
Thanks for watching.
Yep.